except for a busted play or something. Really scoring a lot on Alabama.
We sacked Barrett 8 times, and there wasn't one holding call on Ohio State the entire game. No way. Watch the replay. Number 88's bent over at the 15-yard line. His legs are well behind it. Barrett runs into him, and the ball hits 88 in the butt as he falls back. The ball could only be as far as 88's legs. It's not a first down. Okay, I'm convinced. I changed my mind completely. Clearly a first down. Gino in Troy, you're on 97.1 The Ticket. Hello, Gino.
Hello, guys. Hey, I haven't heard anybody say this, but we lost in Iowa because Harbaugh got conservative, and we lost Ohio State because he got conservative. Run up the middle, incomplete pass, give him the ball back. Does that make sense?
Yes, somewhat, but you know what? The fact of the matter is they got 5 yards in the fourth quarter. I mean,
well, that's kind of what Gino's saying. Well, they got too conservative.
But hold on a second. Here's the last 3 possessions in regulation Saturday. Ready? First and 10 at the 36. It was a 3-and-out with 2 passes. Next one, first and 10 started at the 38, 3-and-out, 1 pass, a run, and a sack. So actually, that was probably 2 pass attempts.
Okay.
And then the last one was 2 runs and a pass.
Okay, I didn't realize they tried to pass that often. I just think, he's the opposite of Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer, stupid as it is, tries a fake punt at the 20, but that's the opposite of conservative. And then he goes on 4th down, which would have ruined their season if he didn't make it. That's the opposite.
All right, hold on a second. Would you say trying a play-action pass from your own end zone is conservative?
I would not, but I love it when people don't try to run up the middle from their own end zone and lose yardage.
Well, that was the pick 6.
The Urban Meyer fake punt is gotten lost in the shuffle here as one of the dumbest big play calls I've ever seen. Now, was it his call? Was it the punter's read? Was it the special teams coordinator call? I don't really know. They on the broadcast, they made it look as if Urban was surprised by the result or surprised by the play. You couldn't read his lips, but he looked very dismayed. But I said on Twitter after that happened, to me, that's the double standard of great coaches. And Urban Meyer is a great coach. I'm not trying to say he's not.
He is.
However, that's a dumb call. And if it had worked, everybody Gino would have been like, oh, the genius of Urban. What a masterful No, that was a stupid call, time and place. That was a low-scoring game where it was all about field position.
Deep in your own territory.
And you gave it right back to Michigan, and you basically erased the Spate fumble by giving it back to Michigan, and Michigan came down and scored a touchdown. That was didn't turn out to be a pivotal play in the game because Ohio State won, but that was a monumentally dumb call, I think.
There's a lot of things. I mean, early on, not early on, but in the second quarter when Michigan went ahead 3-0, they had a nice drive, and they stalled again. They had to settle for a field goal. Their red zone operation was really bad.
Well, Ohio State's pretty good, too.
I know.
Okay.
And that's the scary thing is they lost all those guys on defense last year.
Yeah.
They're going to be good forever.
Greg in Northville, you're on 97.1 The Ticket. How you doing, Greg?
Hey, good. How you guys doing?
Good.
Well, first and foremost, I am a Michigan fan, but Michigan did lose the game because of the stupid turnovers. But in retrospect, everybody looks at that 4th down call, but the 3rd down, where it was like 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 9, there was at least 1, if not 2, holding calls, an illegal block to the back that actually got him to the 4th and 1 call, and that's what really upset me because we should have had him back at fourth down and 19 maybe.
Yeah, you're right. I looked at that play again. There should have been a call there, but even with those calls not being made, Michigan still needed to make a tackle.
But they didn't really have a clear shot at it.
No.
It's not like they had a bunch of whiff tackles. A lot of times you get a play like that, you have missed tackles galore left and right. That wasn't the case. I mean, they really didn't get near him until the very, very end, and at that point he almost had a first down. So, but you're right. There easily could have and should have been holding calls on that particular play as well, no doubt. George in Detroit, you're on 97.1 The Ticket. How you doing, George?
I'm all right, boss. How you guys doing?
Good. What's going on?
Oh, I just have just a quick statement to make. I'm a Michigan State fan, but how it goes in Michigan. When you're playing Ohio State, everybody roots against Ohio State. But my statement is, I don't really think the refs screwed anybody out of this game. I think the poor play calling and pretty much the the whole ordeal with the 5-6 yards that they gained in the fourth quarter, it was just bad football, just straight up bad football.
But it's funny though, George. I mean, you're right from the fourth quarter on, but in the first 3 quarters, it was good football. I mean, Michigan went in. They were frustrating J.T. Barrett, the likes of which I've never seen. This guy is one of the more composed football players, even as a youngster at Ohio State, that I've ever seen. And he looked bewildered. He lost his temper. You could see him snapping at his teammates because they were out of sync. Everything about Ohio State seemed out of sync, and not everything about Michigan, but a lot of what Michigan was doing seemed very much in sync. So, you're not going to go to Columbus and play the perfect game. You are going to have lapses along the way. But you're right. You're right overall. I mean, it was the turnovers. Turnovers are the key to this game.
But Jamie, you talk about the perfect game. I mean, it's a hockey term that they use all the time. For 3 quarters, they were playing a perfect road game. They were. They made some mistakes and all that stuff. They were
all three of their turnovers happened in the first 3 quarters.
Correct.
So you can't really say that.
Well, but they were doing what they needed to. They had a 10-point lead, and then they blew it. Without the third turnover, changed the whole game.
I think what this game is proof of, beyond the officiating, is that game-altering plays. I mean, it's almost like you need to make a stat, and it depends on what you decide are the game-altering plays.
The gap.
Okay, but I don't know how you define what the gap is. But the game-altering plays, Michigan made more negative ones than Ohio State did.
True. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, you can talk about not even just the penalties, but I'm talking about I guess Barrett's run counts as a positive one for Ohio State, not necessarily a negative one. But the fumble and the 2 turnovers and the penalties were game-altering plays. Darbo dropping the ball,
You can say it was behind him all you want. He should have caught that ball.
Michigan's offense put way too much pressure on the team's defense. They did it with the turnovers in the first 3 quarters, and then they couldn't get first downs, couldn't move the ball in the fourth.
And the defense was equal to the task for the most part.
Until they wilted because they were on the field too much.
Yeah.
And then once they got back on their heels, Barrett took advantage.
Yes, Greg?
Oh, I was going to say that there is a measure of basically how impactful a game or a play is in a game, and that's the win percentage before a play happened and after a play happened.
And have you guys gone through and done your science project?
I actually
yet?
have.
And
we've gone through the science project.
And you have what the most important plays of the game are?
Yes, I do.
Oh, we'll have that.
Would you like to share them with us?
He's going to.
I will.
Coming up next on 97.1 The Tickets.